Some companies feel untouchable, some seem permanent. People trust them with their careers, their savings, even their future. But what if all that trust was suddenly shattered? Stay with me because the endings are shocking, emotional, and full of lessons. Lehman Brothers. Lehman Brothers had been around for over 150 years. Through wars, recessions, market crashes, it survived everything. Employees felt proud and investors felt safe. Governments trusted them. But behind the scenes, the company had made huge bets on risky mortgages. Loans to people who couldn't always pay back. The housing market was rising, so everything seemed fine. Then it crashed, September 15, 2008. Lehman filed for bankruptcy, the largest in history. The ripple effect was global. Stock markets fell, banks froze lending, jobs were lost. And the hardest part? People who never even heard of Lehman felt the impact. And while Lehman shook the world, the next company's story shows a collapse built on lies and betrayal that hurt millions of innocent people. WorldCom wasn't glamorous. It powered phone calls, emails, and internet connections. For employees, it was a stable career, but behind the office doors, executives were hiding billions in losses, fake profits, manipulated numbers. In 2002, WorldCom filed for bankruptcy over $100 billion in assets. Employees lost decades of work. Family savings disappeared. Investors felt betrayed. It wasn't just a financial collapse. It was a human collapse, and as shocking as that was, the next company looked unstoppable to the world. But inside, it was crumbling faster than anyone could see. Business magazines called it brilliant. Executives were treated like visionaries. Employees were proud to work there. Investors felt secure. The company traded energy, electricity, gas, even weather derivatives. Profits were skyrocketing. But behind the scenes, debt was hidden. Losses were pushed into secret entities. On paper, everything looked perfect, until the truth leaked. Stock prices collapsed. Retirement savings vanished. Careers ended overnight. Employees walked in expecting a normal day, and walked out with their future destroyed. Retention trigger / suspense. And Enron's fall wasn't the end. The next companies we'll explore didn't just collapse, they affected entire nations and millions of families. You won't believe how fast a giant can disappear. General Motors. A symbol of American industry. Millions of cars, millions of jobs, families depended on it. For decades, GM ruled the automobile market. It seemed invincible, but then debt piled up, sales dropped, competition grew, and the financial crisis hit. By 2009, GM was on the edge. The government stepped in to help, but the bankruptcy was historic, over $91 billion in assets. And the next company didn't get a second chance. It disappeared almost overnight, leaving millions shocked. Washington Mutual, the largest savings and loan bank in the US. Millions trusted it with their money. Hundreds of thousands worked there. During the housing boom, WAMU grew aggressively. Risky mortgages, loans to people who might never pay back. At first, it seemed like a brilliant strategy. On September 25, 2008, Washington Mutual collapsed. $327 billion in assets. Gone. Customers panicked. Investors lost billions. The human cost. A teller who spent 20 years at WAMU. Families relying on mortgages. Investors saving for retirement. One day, the bank existed. The next day, it was gone. And here's the scary truth. The world is full of trusted giants. Some of them could vanish faster than you think. Closing, emotional takeaway, 5 companies. Trillions of dollars lost. Millions of lives affected. And the lesson? Trust is fragile. Even the biggest, strongest institutions can fail. And sometimes the human stories behind the numbers are far more powerful than the numbers themselves. So ask yourself, which company you trust today could be the next one to vanish tomorrow? Because when giants fall, it's not just business. It's lives, families, communities, futures, and that's the story you won't forget.